Hello everyone, my name is Tarkis Merida and I'm doing my post for week 2. So reading the chapter and starting with the opioid crisis and the COVID-19 really touched me, and it's something that I feel very strongly about because I am a nurse and I know what opioids do to people and what COVID does and did to people. Starting with the opioid crisis, I I really am not a fan of narcotics. I know that people are in pain and they seem to help relieve some of the pain, but especially for the people who suffer from chronic pain, I can see the emotional and the mental changes that they go through when they start taking opioids on the daily basis. They're really not good for your body, and I would hope by now, with all of our technology and all of our knowledge and research, that we would have a wider variety of low risk medications for addiction that we can treat people's pain with and other modalities in the hospital. I know that outside the hospital there are some facilities that provide other modalities, but inside the hospital, opiates are really the way to go when it comes down to pain. But they're really not good long term, and the risks are too high. I see people that do a lot of stuff that is just unthinkable just to get another dose of morphine or Dilaudid, and it really hurts them and it hurts their family, and it's not a healthy approach to pain. And that's my own opinion on the opioid crisis. Let me see if I mentioned anything else in the post. When it comes to the COVID-19, let me go back to the opioids. So they did pass a law in Florida, I believe it was about 5 years ago, where they're controlling the amount of opioids that a person gets. So there's a law that created this website that doctors and the nurses can go into and see when the last prescription of opioids the patient received and how long it was supposed to last them. And that gives us some control on the opioid crisis, which is a good start. It's not perfect. I definitely don't think like cancer patients should be limited on the amount of pain medicine that they get on, especially if they're actively dying. But it's a start. It's a start, and I am definitely in pro of that law. When it comes to the COVID-19, it was really a huge issue because when you come into the healthcare field, you really come into the healthcare field to promote health and to save people's lives. I mean, eventually somebody has to die, but during COVID, it wasn't eventually somebody has to die. It was more like everybody was dying. And it was hard because it's against your mission and your vision as a professional, and just people dying in general is not the reason why you came into healthcare. And so for us, coming into work every day and watching people die, no matter how hard we worked, and I would say COVID-19 was the hardest most of us in healthcare worked ever. And it was just depressing, and there was no job satisfaction. It was just very sad, and it got to the point where really we had no more ventilators for people. So we literally had to wait for somebody to die so that we can put somebody else on a ventilator, and also deciding who was going to go on the ventilator and who was not going to go on the ventilator. That was rough. So a lot of ethical dilemmas. Should we hold the pain medicine? Should we not hold the pain medicine? Is the person really in pain? We don't have a tool to measure pain. Everything about pain is subjective. So if someone is subjectively telling you that they're in pain and you can't measure it, can you really hold their medication? If somebody needs a ventilator but you don't have any, and now you have one available, do you choose the 99-year-old grandma or do you choose the 40-year-old mother? It's huge issues that we had to face in healthcare. When it regarding the second question, I am a compulsive buyer. I am. But when the money is not mine, I am not a compulsive buyer. So for that question, I would have said, no, I would have not made the purchase. I would have waited to, one, find out why the seller was in such a hurry to sell me this equipment or whatever they were selling. Two, I would go to my superiors and ask for advice. And then I like the idea that was given in chapter 2, table 2.1, where you identify what are the benefits and the potential, there was another word, the benefits and like the risks of making the decision. I also like where it says, if your decision were to be put on the media, would you be content with the decision that you made? And I would also follow the 8 steps that were on chapter 2, which were gather the facts, define the ethical issue, identify the affected parties, identify the consequences, identify the obligations, consider character and integrity, think creatively about potential actions, and check my gut. My gut has saved me a couple of times, so I am a big fan of my gut. So if my gut is saying no, the answer is no, you should wait. And I would ask the seller to wait. Hey, give me a moment, give me until the end of the day, let me get with my manager, let me get with my superiors, and let me make a good decision. Thank you.